Hello and welcome back to YellowCard TCG. Zistrel here bringing you a YellowCard Cram School in a while. The thing I want to talk about today is transferable skills, or moving from different card games. And I felt like the reason I wanted to make this video is because I was uniquely qualified to talk about this. As you know, I play a lot of card games myself. I play pretty much everything: Magic, Weiss, Vanguard, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Battle Spirits. I'm starting to pick up Grand Archive. I played a bit of Digimon. I think pretty much the only major card game that I don't play right now is One Piece. And I know of the rules of One Piece and I know how to play it. I'm not interested in One Piece. And one of the reasons that I play so many card games is because what really drives me as a player, what really drives me to card games is that it's an indeterminate puzzle to solve. You have actions that you can take, you have decisions that you need to make that get you to whatever outcome you're trying to get to, and it's deciding which outcome you're getting to and how you get to that outcome. And the way I've just described that could be applied to any given card game. And one thing I've noticed as I've learned different card games and played different card games over the years is that there are obviously a lot of transferable skills. So I thought I'd make this quick video just talk about some of the stuff that I've learned playing card games and some of the stuff that I think people would like to have known as they move between games. So some of the things I'll be talking about today, maybe you know, maybe you don't. If you don't know them, you can use this as a good starting point to figure out, okay, where do I need to improve? What do I need to focus on? And if you do need those, we have plenty of other Cram School videos for you to take a look at. Or if you do know these already, maybe this will inspire you to be like, okay, you don't need to stick to Vanguard, stick to Magic. Maybe you can try Flesh and Blood, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever, and actually find some surprising success there. Obviously, starting a new game, there's a lot of other factors involved, like finances, social groups. Are you going to enjoy this game or not? But it goes a long way to instead of being completely alien to a game, you go, okay, I know a lot more than I think I know, and I can adapt a lot faster, and that can help you get to a point where you enjoy them a lot faster. So, here are 3 things I think every card game player knows or has intricately or innately that will help them to pick up a new card game. So the first one is sequencing. Now, sequencing is something that you might think it comes very naturally or obvious to a lot of people, but I've seen a lot of people make very basic and simple mistakes. And on top of that, there are sometimes decisions you need to make that aren't immediately obvious. One such example is in Pokemon. A lot of very popular deck will play both Celebrations Mew and Radiant Greninja. And the decision is, do I draw first, or do I top 6 first to try and find something good, and then draw? In one side, if you draw first, you're more likely to draw what you need in the first place, and the information of what you draw can influence what you add off the top 6 with Mew. But in other hand, if you're looking for a specific piece like an energy or a Pokemon or something that Mew can't search for, using Mew first to pull an item out of your deck and shuffle might maybe increase your chances of drawing what you need to draw. There's actually no right answer, and it depends a lot on the situation, but knowing which way to order things and which way things to do first can really go a long way. Obviously simple stuff like, say, if you have a body on the board that says when you take this action draw a card, putting that down before you take the action means that you get to draw a card. Obviously you almost always want to draw a card unless you're about to deck out. And in that situation, sometimes knowing that, okay, I don't want to draw for whatever reason, so I'm actually going to take the action first and then commit this body so that I don't have to draw this card unnecessarily. Simple things like this can also really make a difference when you say okay, in Magic, I need to make this guy first so that when I cast this creature, I give him a +1/+1 counter. Versus say in Vanguard, oh, I need to put this rig on the bot down first so that I have 3 whatever requirements I need to use this card's on place effect. And as you go deeper and deeper, you try out different games, you learn different cards and different interactions, there'll be other sequences where okay, again in Pokemon, I have Archeops on the board when I'm playing Lugia. I'm going to want to use Archeops first before I play Professor's Research so that I don't draw all these energy, so that I draw better cards instead. Things like that. The number 2 skill is threat evaluation and preparing for those threats. In every single card game, it's you versus an opponent. You're never playing on your own. So what do you need to do to win the game is to sometimes not lose. And what that means is, you know that your opponent is going to be playing some deck with some cards and taking some actions. And so you need to think about, okay, what I'm doing versus what they're doing. which is more important right now? Do I need to focus on my game plan, or do I need to disrupt my opponent's game plan, and then taking the actions necessary to do that? Again, in Vanguard, if your opponent's playing like Magnolia or Ava, their board doesn't really matter because they're going to remake their board and you can't really like permanently get rid of it. So in those situations, the threat is they're going to be attacking me with XYZ, so I need to guard with ABC or set up attackers XYZ to counteract what they're doing. Likewise in Pokemon, you know that if you're playing against Lost Box, they will play Colossus Experiment, they will play Comfies, they'll play one prize Pokemon to set up a Lost Zone, and then get there with like Greninja, Sableye, Cramorant, whatever Vs with Mirage they have. So you're thinking, okay, well I need to disrupt that. I need to play, I need to make sure I hold on to my judges. I need to make sure I don't commit my weak one prizes that they can easily snipe with Sableye. I need to make sure that I get my V-Stars off the board before they can Cramorant two-shot them. Things like that. And again, these are some things that once you learn the game in detail, once you learn about the meta game, what decks exist, what cards exist, you'll have a lot more prerequisite information going in and can therefore plan and prepare more effectively. But even just in the initial stages of like a game like say Vanguard or Pokemon, where a lot of the stuff is already on the board, you can see like, okay, he has that on the board, he has this in play, he has that in his discard pile. Reading their cards and going like, okay, this is what they can do next turn, what can I do about that, or does it even matter to me, will help you make the right decision as you go forward. And then third, the arguably most important skill is of course cardistry.
Wow.
That's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and as always, we'll see you soon here on YellowCard TCG.